We are on the last stop before NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. We're going to talk about all of the matches that happened tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about NXT LA, and we're going to preview the night that will be one of the biggest in NXT history. It's all happening right now, so stay with us.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Feeling that money, those dollars, you gotta drop them, make it rain on your face. We're listening to the sounds of Sabatelli and Moss because they were a highlight of NXT LA. Tino's Riddick Moose.
Just goes right
That's fine,
away.
keep going. All right, never mind. Back to one. Welcome to the NXT After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. We got the whole squad in here. I'm one of your hosts.
Squad.
One of your hosts, the internet's Mark Donica. You can find me on Twitter at Mark Donica.
Outer
Not
space. Outer.
guy. It's gonna be a fun one today. I got the hobo next to me.
Yep. Sweet. I'm on VH1 India.
Whoa.
Right now.
Probably. Isn't that weird?
We better go.
We're broadcasting
Yeah.
from VH1 India.
It's the Team Ashoka, the music video, and it's on in India. And consequently, I've had a lot of Indian people following me
Nice.
on Twitter.
That's great.
They like wrestling and they like a hobo. And
So they saw the video and looked you up somehow.
Somehow.
Off of that, and then started following you.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I don't know. It's a small world after all.
That's a weird reference. I've never heard of it before. Bill Hanstock is also here, and he is brunch AF, which I assume means and fun.
Yeah,
Brunch and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Bill?
I'm fine.
Yeah. Doing good. We're all really tired.
Oh, good night.
It's been a couple of days, so we're gonna talk about NXT a bit.
I've
weren't
never smoked weed.
never. No, I mean as myself. You have never smoked weed as myself.
Yeah.
It's
I've never been you and smoked weed. It was never a Black Mirror situation. Mark.
so we missed last week's show because we were at NXT LA.
Wait, that's a good question though. So I'm straight edge, but if my consciousness were ever transported into another person's body,
It's still you.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still you.
Yeah.
So I'd be breaking my edge there if I was like, oh, I'm in somebody else's body.
Right.
Time to do acid.
It's the Freaky Friday situation.
Yeah,
if
is
you're in
it?
someone else's body, but you have sex with that hot chick, you just cheated on your wife.
We were talking about drugs, man.
You've never been Freaky Friday?
There's no sweeter drug than sex with someone else's wife.
Right.
The most
And
forbidden
being
drug
someone
of all.
else. You wake up and you look at that mirror and you go, oh God, who am I?
This is not my beautiful
Yeah.
life.
Happens to me all the time.
Who Am I was a great Jackie Chan
Who am
movie.
I?
2, 4, 6, We covered everything.
We did.
Yeah.
We went from Freaky Friday to Les Miserables
Yeah.
with a brief layover in.
You know what we haven't covered? NXT.
Yep.
Well, why start now?
So last week we were at NXT LA, so we didn't have a chance to talk about last week's show. Didn't watch it. So
I watched
yeah,
it.
the hobo watched it while we were
we, just
watching.
we both watched it. I watched it.
You watched
next to
a hair a little bit. Sorry for lumping myself in with
Spoil
you,
it.
with y'all.
I
How was it?
It was good.
All right,
It was
moving on to
pretty
this
good.
week. We
That's last week.
we're gonna talk about NXT LA after we talk about this episode. Let's get started. We had a contract signing.
When are we going to make our predictions?
After that.
After that, okay.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do, and we're basically just wasting time.
I mean,
We're really good at it.
and so's our audience. We get started
No,
with.
we love you guys.
We do,
We
and
think what you're doing is worthwhile.
oh, don't worry. Nobody's talking about the show. They're talking about whatever they want.
Okay.
Ember Moon and Asuka. We got a little bit of a contract signing. We got some fighting words betwixt the two, and it doesn't end as chaotically as it could have.
Yeah.
That's a good sign,
Compared to some other contract signings.
especially from the women's division. Those are the
Downright,
ones that,
downright civil.
right?
So, where do we see this? I don't.
We'll talk about it at the end of the
Asuka
show.
said words. I wish we had a translator.
It was
I
a
don't
lot
know what you said.
of there's some mean stuff in there.
She's dressed like
Whoa.
a cow. Bill said you look like a cow.
Well, no, her
Beat him
dress.
up, Oscar!
I
Beat him
didn't
up!
say she looked like a cow.
That's what he said. Said you look like Kobe beef. Ooh.
Fun fact. Well, no. Here's what it is. Fun fact. Oscar's favorite Disney movie is Home on the Range.
That's not true. That is
That's no one's favorite Disney movie because it's an awful film.
That's
Better
why.
than Brother Bear. Guys, Brother Bear's real bad.
So is Atlantis. I just watched that for the first time because
Oh,
it's on
really?
Netflix. Yeah, that's a really
I
bad
haven't
movie.
seen it in a long time.
Treasure
bad.
Planet better than Atlantis.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay.
But also, We're Boys, and it's about a young boy coming of age. You
That's
know,
a great segue, Mark.
you know who else is a young boy coming of age? Lars Sullivan.
That's okay.
He's in the back
Best segue of all time.
talking to Regal. He wants one more match. He just wants to give him one more tag match. Give him a chance. He can do it, but only if he promises to not beat up his partner in the middle of that ring. You know what?
It's a tall order.
Tall order. Lars Sullivan, tall man.
What a freaky creature.
No, why
That's
would
not
you
a
say
man.
that?
That ain't a man. I've seen a lot of men. That is a thing.
Most that is part of a man,
Well, okay.
That's the
What's the
man,
rest of it?
baby.
not a baby man.
Babyman.
So he gets his a babyman.
Yeah, he's boss baby.
He's
Right.
Lars Sullivan, voiced by Alec Baldwin.
Wants to fight puppies.
Tag teams are for closers. Our next match is the Street Profits coming
were-
off of their debut and
2 weeks
successful.
in a row.
Yeah, versus Lars Sullivan and Chris Silvio. Now, seeing this gentleman, did anybody think that he was dead on arrival?
Silvio?
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean,
At this point, Regal's just screwing with him, right?
who?
like-
Sullivan or
it's like-
Silvio?
Sullivan, he's like, I'm going to give you one chance to not beat up your partner, and your partner is going to be the most pathetic man I could find.
The skinniest. Like if we had
Like,
Like a
Tucker Knight's
super-
wandering around backstage like, guys, anything? And Regal's like, not now. I'm busy
Are you-
finding a tag team partner. For
wait, Tucker Knight has his tag team partner.
Yes, he does.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What are you, too cool for
What, you
this
forgot
show?
about our Meat Boys?
No, I'm sorry.
Sawyer
Not Tucker
Fulton?
Knight, Sawyer Fulton.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Sawyer Fulton.
You.
Sorry.
Monster.
Guys, I have to let you know I have a medical condition where I cannot tell Riddick Moss, Sawyer Fulton, and Tucker Knight apart.
No, you can't. No, you see Riddick Moss as two people. Riddick and Moss.
They put all three of them through the white meat name generator, where it's like all three of their names are like, oh, Wonder Bread again,
I love.
3 in a row.
I love
I win
my.
a Gashapon.
That's a club sandwich. You put all 3 of them together.
Oh yeah,
Let-
one
let him-
each layer.
I
Bread
eat
and white
that
meat.
meaty sandwich.
Yeah, Dozer is all of the meat.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Arby's, all of the meats. This was who boy, at least for Silvio, didn't look good. Sullivan, I mean,
Great. He looked great.
yeah, chiseled face.
Yeah.
Presence.
Yeah, he was scary to look
but
at.
it was awesome seeing the Street Profits because they had quick tags, some fast offense. There's the great Montez Ford going up to Lars and like that little bit of a stare down and just the quick no and right back to beating up
He
on
tried to
Silvio.
pop him off the apron. Lars was not having it.
No,
That's a little scary.
I know that there are people from NXT watching, and I just want to suggest, just put out there in the universe real quick, that if Montez Ford has a solo finisher, it should be called Montez Ford's Revenge.
All right.
Think they
Okay.
almost named him Montez Zuma?
And they put him with like a speedster gimmick.
Yeah.
Aztec speedster.
Pew, pew. That's how fast people sound.
Pew, 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 pew. That's what turned me off on the
I'm
Flash
fast.
CW.
I'm speedy.
Kyle Franklin in chat. The only thing missing from the segment after Chris Silvio was defeated and Lars Sullivan carried him into the back was the literal woodshed when they went out back.
Yeah, there's no woodshed back there, but there was a trash receptacle in which
can?
that was bigger than a can. It was a cart.
All right, whatever.
If it was a can, he would have had to break his back and snap him in half and stuff him in there, which I think he's entirely capable of doing. However, he didn't have to.
He could have just mashed him down into his enormous paws and stuffed him inside a tomato can.
This is
Yeah.
true. And Hobo, I apologize. Forgive me for trying to trash-splain to you.
Yeah,
Because if there's
please,
anybody
please.
that knows one trash receptacle from another, it's the Hobo.
Yeah, come on now.
Also in chat, Street Profits are Crime Diamond New Day together. I can dig it.
And D'Lo Brown.
They're
Both of them are D'Lo.
so no. That's the thing is the you know how D'Lo would wear the fusion earrings. He finally took them off and now he's
that what happened?
he's gone back into the two different forms.
Holy crap!
That's what it was.
Amazing.
We got a stay out after Lars took him to the trash can. And then after this, we got Ruby Wright versus Billy Kay. Oh boy, are Kay and Royce just loud and obnoxious, and they deserve it because they're the most iconic, and they can't be iconic. And we're talking about them, so there's that.
They're wonderful, and I love them, and I want them to be on TV every week.
They're.
That's why they can be loud and obnoxious.
They're ridiculous and obnoxious, and they really, you get the feeling that they buy into their own hype. They wanted to do a makeup tutorial. They look like clowns.
But then they got
They look
distracted.
like birthday clowns.
They were ready to do a makeup tutorial, but then they got distracted insulting someone.
You know,
What were we doing?
It often
Ruby
happens to
Wyatt.
me. Look at that dumb guy. What was I gonna do? Look at how dumb that guy.
Why did they give Ruby a speech impediment?
Well, I'm Ruby Wyatt.
Ruby Wyatt.
Because it's fun to say.
It's
Newest
fun to
member of the Wyatt family.
Wooby Wyatt.
Wyatt.
Ruby Wyatt.
Ha
Uh,
Gather around, my children, and look at my whoopee.
She's not a diamond in the rough.
Wooby,
She's a
wooby, wooby,
in the
wooby.
Wyatt.
all right,
Whoopee Soho.
Wooby Soho.
Wooby Soho.
But it was the loud and obnoxious nature that allowed Billy Kay to get
Shout out to Loud and Noxious.
Yes.
to keep Ruby off base for at least the first part of the match. A lot of distractions, a lot of
You gotta hand to her. She's pretty quick. When she gets in that ring, she's pretty quick. Ruby keeps going for the lockup, and Billy's just able to go right through her. It's so she's got talent. There's some talent there, but she's too self-involved to actually want to lock up. And then Ruby Riott is just a little bit more skilled. She's able to get the quick pins that remind Billy Kay that this is a actual physical test and challenge, and that maybe you should shut the hell up and get to work.
agreed.
Agreed.
You good?
Yeah, I'm great. She's got the quick pins that plants crave, which is
Yeah.
Peyton Royce has dominion over plants. So.
PW Gregory in chat says these poor lads are tired.
Hey man, I'm drinking coffee today.
Hey man,
It's a little different
Hey,
than Monday,
man.
but hey.
it's Alex Wright,
hey,
the
man.
chairman. Hey Nung man.
Any other highlights from this match? Ruby gets the win with that jumping kick, almost like
Kind of a bicycle Pele deal.
I'd say bicycle kick.
It's an interesting finish because it's not a finish with a whole lot of setup. It's a counter.
Yeah.
Which kind of, in my opinion, makes it more dangerous. Because if you suddenly catch her in a way that you're not really thinking, you're thinking you have the advantage, so you relax just a little bit, then all of a sudden that kick comes, you're not ready for it, you're out. That's it. So it's a
And that's what
counter finisher
happened.
is more dangerous.
they were calling, like, nobody came out, but they were calling for assistance with Billy Kay. And after the injury that she sustained from Ember Moon, where she was out for a couple of weeks,
She's got
you got to keep an eye on her head.
She's got a glass jaw. They were saying the kick landed right under her jaw. Where does the stunner go? Right in the jaw. Glass jaw. Gotta watch out.
Thoughts and prayers to Billy Kay. What did we have after this? The printer messed up. This was okay.
I just want everyone to note how Hobo keeps getting taller than me as the show progresses.
I like this. This is a
fine.
good show. No.
For our audio listeners, I just tickled him. But Peyton ended up getting on the mic saying, "You'll never be iconic. You'll never be like us." To which Ruby was like, "All right, that's fine." I thought she was going to challenge her to a match or lightning only struck one. Well, no, because then it's like, I'll do it. I'll be the hero in this situation. And then maybe next week from TakeOver, there'll be Peyton versus Ruby.
Maybe, yeah.
Or there's at least probably going to be a multi-woman match or something.
I'm just hoping that El Vagabundo makes another appearance.
It's been a year.
Maybe. Who knows? Now that he's just Elias. Maybe he'll just be El
Walk with
Vag.
Elias. Yeah, it's just Elias.
It's just Elias.
No. Hold a couple steps further. El Vagabundo is Elias Sampson?
No.
No.
Then what are you confusing me for? The printer didn't print out the proper text. I'm trying to stay
my
on
mistake.
We're doing great on
thin ice, Mr. Bo. After this, we get a look at Sanity versus the Authors of Pain, which we won't talk about until the end of the show when we talk about the card. Anyway, after this, we got Roddy versus Drew McIntyre as our main event. The show just sailed. I can't believe we're already to the end of it.
Yep.
This is a pretty hard-hitting match. I found it pretty funny that Roddy felt like he could outstrength Drew in a couple of places.
It's in his name.
Yeah.
Right.
That's gotta play mind
Rod.
games with you.
Roderick
Yeah.
Strong.
Oh, I thought we were referring to the inanimate carbon rod from The Simpsons. So Rod, that being, but I get it. The
Don't
strong
thank
part.
me. Thank the
This-
knife.
and the inanimate carbon rod that got the parade.
I
Yeah,
know.
but strong makes more sense.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, this
Rolls a
match,
little more off the tongue.
Drew got landed on his face a bunch of times.
There were. It's funny that Roderick Strong's speed really was the defining tool that he used to get Drew McIntyre where he wanted him, and then Roderick is indeed strong, delivering backbreakers to Drew McIntyre that were able to level him and put him down for a good chunk of this match. But Drew McIntyre has got several inches, several pounds on his opponent, and you can't make up for that with just brute strength on the part of Roderick.
I'm gonna hit you in the back a bunch.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Well, it's a good way.
Back a bunch.
El Vagabundo. But he got a couple of good backbreakers on him, but ultimately Drew was just way too big and way too strong.
Yeah.
Stronger than strong.
Which makes him what?
Yeah. Well, no, but that's the thing is Roderick needs to evolve into Roderick Stronger.
Oh, it's not even his final form.
No, he's still on the first like really annoying one with the horns still.
Oh,
it's two
yeah.
DBZs in one show. We'll get to another one, I
Yeah.
swear. But this match ends in disqualification where Bobby Roode comes out and hits Roddy. So
Yep.
Roderick technically gets the win
Right.
and then goes and attacks Drew McIntyre.
Wait, but wasn't the deal that if Roddy beat Drew McIntyre, he would get the shot?
I don't think that was ever a thing.
I thought
I
that-
thought it was.
I thought they were
Was it?
wrestling
I thought it was a
because-
number one contendership thing. I don't. At least, maybe I'm assuming that.
It's probably not important.
I'll take a quick look,
That
but
makes sense to me, because generally, if you have a number one contender wrestling a guy who says that he is the number one contender, it is for the number one contendership. Generally,
they're usually a lot more clear about that. I think they would have ended with the graphic of
I didn't
Roddy,
see-
Drew, and Bobby.
I didn't see. That's right. When they were showing the graphics, I didn't see a graphic that said like number one contender.
Yeah, no.
so this was just for
funsies.
Roddy
this was
being all, come on, man.
What am I supposed to do? I'm a man, damn it. But yeah, I think it was just to if he did like pin him, then maybe that would keep him in the conversation for the championship. But Drew, it was decided. It's
after
been
TakeOver.
signed. It's been signed. That's the
Sealed,
match that's
delivered.
Yep.
It's yours.
Beautiful boys. My beautiful boys. Oh, okay. We're getting a Ron Corleone says that was the stipulation put in place in the episode that I didn't watch. Yeah, you guys watched last week's episode.
I fast forwarded through last week's episode.
Well,
I did part of my job, unlike
after
some people.
Takeover. Roddy gets a shot at the championship after Takeover.
Okay. It
So
is
whoever
all
wins.
signed. All right.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, this makes
That's fair.
some sort of sense. So
That's fair
so
in a
100%.
sense,
CENTS.
if you discount the fact that he lost clean to the champion.
But he just beat the number 1 contender.
Sure, by disqualification when the
Arguably.
champion got involved.
Yeah, but the champion just decided that if/when he beats Drew McIntyre, that he already has the next person in line. But it's somebody that he can beat, that he knows he can beat, because he
Right.
did win clean.
Right.
Why not?
I mean, he should still be very afraid of Drew McIntyre. Granted, he gave him a hell of a DDT tonight, but that was not in competition, and that was after a lengthy match with a quality opponent. I think Bobby Roode should be scared out of his mind, and I think him lashing out in this fashion is him showing that he is afraid. If he was comfortable, cool, and collected, he wouldn't have come near the situation scenario in any way. But he's scared, therefore he inserted himself into this whole thing.
You're right.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you writing on my paper.
I just wrote okay, but it's upside down.
It's
So
KO.
we've been avoiding it. Well, not avoiding it.
Did
We've
you
been
just do a hand gesture for kale?
KO.
KO.
We're like, kale! I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look kale.
Whoop whoop.
Well, wait, I want to just... No, I'm not... No, I'm sorry. I can't.
So why don't we talk about some of our predictions for Takeover Brooklyn 3? Elmo wants to talk about.
AFTERBUZZ
Your
TV.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Got it. Woo!
Yay.
Sorry, Jimbo.
Woo!
That's the sound of the first match we're going to talk about: Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas.
This is interesting.
Yeah,
Because
we
Almas
saw it.
we
himself
saw it.
has
I seen it.
We seen it. We saw it at NXT LA. It was the opening contest.
okay.
It
yeah,
was pretty great.
that was NXT LA. This is a takeover.
That was then. This is
They
now.
could not be literally further apart from each other unless one of them was on Hawaii.
Geographically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. West Coast, East Coast. Duh. So, I think.
Go on.
What if
I think Almas is going to get it. I really do.
What if they were like a mile apart, but then you measured going the other way?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you do that? Okay.
This is a thought experiment.
That's
It is. Yeah.
That's a
Galaxy
thinker.
brain your way.
And do we think that Zelina is going to offer any sort of an advantage?
Is that the name that we've been bestowed?
Yeah, Zelina.
Zelina?
Yeah, formerly known as Thea Trinidad, Zelina. What sort
So
of
they
a...
took Selena. They just put a Z on the
They
front of
just
it.
not a flip the S.
Zelina.
Like somebody saw in a mirror and went,
Zelina.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Zelina is definitely going to make a difference in this match.
Okay, Bill, who do you think it's going to be, Gargano or Andrade Cien Almas?
Do either of you imagine?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Good to know. Do either of you imagine that perhaps a certain psycho killer might make his presence known?
Oh no. I don't think so.
He's
not
still
yet.
waiting for the glue to set in his leg.
Oh. Oh no.
If it was something with his
They
arm,
pour a whole horse into his
Yeah, they did. They grafted a horse's leg just above the hip.
That would rule.
So he-
now he's
He
the
was
Italian
like
stallion.
If he was just Tommaso Ciampa but with one horse's leg,
Yeah. Of course.
that would be easily my favorite
People have,
wrestler of
like-
all time. Because centaurs deserve to be wrestlers too.
And
Even
minotaurs.
if it's a quarter centaur.
1/4 centaur.
Because
I'm 1/4 centaur on my surgeon's side.
Well, if you have any portion of a centaur grafted onto you, just like being a cybernetic organism, you are a centaur.
You retain
you're a
all of the powers
if
of a
you're
centaur.
Any combination of man and horse, you're a centaur. Now, a satyr, of course, is any combination of man and goat.
Goat, of course. We all know this. This is a child's play.
Unless you're talking about old Scratch, Beelzebub.
Oh, Beals.
Yeah, Beelzy. Unless you're talking about Jennifer Beals, star of Flashdance.
Or Jessica Biel,
She's
star of the
not-
new USA series, Sinner.
Oh.
Just after Monday
Night
Raw,
Raw.
we've come full circle.
I don't know, have we? We're just talking about old Beals. Somewhere Rachel Evans is sneezing.
So wait, they replaced Shooter with Sinner?
No. Well, in terms of time slot, I think so. I think now that Shooter has
Right.
has
It's been
shot
shot.
off.
Okay.
Anyway, I
I
don't
think Johnny Gargano's going to win. How about that?
I don't think Johnny Gargano needs this
You're a
win.
fool.
He doesn't need this
I think
win.
he's so wrapped up. I just saw what you drew. So wrapped up. God dang. So wrapped up in like, yeah, I'm on my own now, and Andrade is so now with
So
Zelina
Andrade is
essentially
so-
twisting his ear of like, you better win. He's like, okay, I'm gonna win. He's a lot more focused than Johnny is.
So have we... So... apparently her name is Zelina.
Zelina.
But what, her relation to him is like cousin? Tia? Like what's
I think cousin.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
His
Not
cousin?
love interest.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's why she
Unless-
has dominion over him.
Because he's family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're here.
If folks can
Hospitaliano.
if folks can make sure to confirm that in the chat, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, what I like about the people that watch our show is that they're
You
able-
guys are wrong.
They're able to tell us all the stuff we're wrong about the show that it's our job to
But
understand.
live, as it's
Yeah, yeah,
happening,
yeah,
they
yeah.
can tell us we're wrong.
So
No, that's what's great.
So that when people listen to the show after the fact, because the majority of our audience listens to the show after the fact, we wish more people would watch live.
Tell your friends.
They know, they're getting these corrections in real time.
Well, here's the thing,
Yeah.
because that means people will comment saying, "Hey, you're wrong about that," and then the moment will happen, and then they'll comment again, which
It's
is better for our
all
engagement.
Part of our master
Yes,
plan.
right.
Better for our engagement.
You're
And then-
playing into our hands.
And there's always one week where always at least once a week on our comments on our YouTube, like Kevin Undergaro will write you're canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then later,
takes it back.
he'll be like, he'll comment again and say, "Oh, I missed that you already canceled yourself." Okay, my
Yeah.
bad.
This is fine. Casey Johnson says she's his aunt. So Tia. Yeah.
Aunt.
Yeah.
Zelina,
No. So that doesn't matter.
dude, Eddie was Chavo's uncle. They're like 2 years apart.
I know, but I figure that to be a rarer situation.
Here's a little known fact you don't know about Andrade Cien Almas.
Okay.
He's his own grandpa.
What?
That's why he dresses like one.
All
I
right.
got me suspended.
me suspenders.
I'm a pirate.
You're.
I'm
All right, we gotta
Andrade
we
Cien.
not
gotta move
Mexican.
on. I'm having a real good time.
Loads of time.
Yeah,
dude.
but we also got to talk about other stuff too. We've got four more matches and NXT
and the
LA.
12 SummerSlam matches.
We're not talking about those right now.
Thank God.
Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. Fun fact: you can go to Xbox12360 and download the podcast where we interviewed Aleister Black.
Fun fact: this is a way better option than Itami versus Ono.
Agreed.
I mean, no shit on either guy. This is a
No,
way
no,
better
no.
match for Takeover.
And it was after 2 weeks of build. Everybody's like, "Yeah, this match."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the second where Tommy was like, "I'll fight anybody," and then Aleister Black's music hit, everybody went,
That guy, do it!
Fight 'em both, fight
you
each
should
other.
Fight that one. Not the guy with the jersey. The other guy.
and it's-
Fight him.
Especially after talking to Aleister, he mentioned that there were a couple of times where they were supposed to fight pre-WWE,
That's right.
but either he couldn't make it over or at the time Tommy couldn't make it over, and it just never happened. So this is a match that people have been looking forward to, and we're getting it at TakeOver. I don't care who wins this match.
It's pretty bonkers anyway. You cut it like, who truly cares?
They're gonna knock one of them's gonna knock out the other.
Oh, yeah. They may
And-
knock out each other.
Yeah, they both go for the high kick and.
I'd be super down.
That's
If
it.
it's just a double knockout,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they would have to be in order for that to work.
This match has been ruled a super down.
Super down. That's his quirk. But what do y'all think? I would love a no contest. I think that would be awesome if they knocked each other out. But
I really doubt that'll happen.
Hideo needs a win at a takeover because he's been, especially with his match against Oni, where he got his nose broken and then came right back out and then beat him. You got to keep that rolling. Got to keep it going.
Yeah. But Aleister Black has yet to be beaten. He's on such a roll right now. Nobody can figure out his offensive style completely. The guy who really came close was Kyle O'Reilly, and even still he lost. But that was the closest anyone came to beating Aleister Black up to that point, and I do not think that he's going to be beaten in Brooklyn, because I don't think anybody can figure him out yet. He's still too new. You can watch all the tape, but quite frankly, there's not enough tape and research to be done on the man at this point to truly put together a game plan to counter everything that he does and is capable of.
I like your insight.
Thanks. I'll do things against people.
I want Aleister Black to win. I think Aleister Black's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Itami won because, one, he needs a win real bad, and two, NXT and WWE both tend to get themselves into some real corners with the whole they haven't been beaten yet thing. And everyone comes in and has an undefeated streak, pretty much. And the longer you go without beating someone, the more them not being beaten becomes a thing more than them just being a character. Which, I like wins and losses to mean something. But when you have all these people that are so dominant that they never lose, like that, then that ceases to mean something again. Has McIntyre been beat since he's come back?
I don't think so.
I don't think he is. Nope.
Because they
Sure.
put him up against Joe Jamoke over here.
Yeah, he's had some soft opponents.
How do you know they're soft boys? Can you just look at a boy and go, it's a soft boy?
Well, when you touch him, they go.
Yep, that is literally what happens.
Zeno Hour says I could see Hideo cheating to win.
Yes, that would be great. I would love that.
Yeah.
If he just pulled out a knife, I was like, I guess that wouldn't be winning.
That'd be attempted murder.
Oh. Well, isn't anything attempted murder in a wrestling ring?
Dude, especially the
Well,
Black Mass, that could be considered attempted murder.
Lethal weapons.
Go to sleep, you crack your head against the back of the knee in just the right way. You're sleeping forever.
Go to manslaughter.
Go to dead.
Go to dad.
No, go to
Go
dead.
to dad. That's gonna be my finisher.
Go to dead.
Where I just go like,
I think it's gonna
you
be
wait till your father gets
that'll be
home. Go to
Dan
dad.
Joseph's finish.
Well, no, but then you could do like the Don't Wake Daddy. You could have an alarm clock next to you that people keep hitting the top of, and then you go, ah!
And then I could have another finisher called Go to Bread.
You just want to eat bread.
That's true.
Who doesn't
I'm
want to
in
eat
good
bread?
company. Who is it? Which guy is it? Is it not Kojima? There's a
Hideo Kojima?
No, not Hideo Kojima. No, there's a Japanese wrestler from New Japan who tweets about bread every day.
I cannot
How about
remember
you?
who
He's
that
like,
is
you
Oh,
right
should be
now.
a member of Bread Club. Is it Yuji Nagata? No,
I cannot remember.
It's a guy. Someone in the channel.
I
told us
don't
it's
follow him, but I have seen these tweets.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was every
It's
day.
every day he talks about how much he loves bread. I think it might be Kojima, not Hideo.
Not Hideo.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I don't know. He tweets about some weird stuff.
It's actually Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Well, his body is ready for bread.
His body is Reggie.
That is Reggie.
My body is Reggie. I can't.
We're doing great on time, guys. I just want to keep stressing that
We
doing
still are.
really good on time.
But we've got. Man, I wish that didn't. Anyway. Oh, that's what that says. Sorry, the printer really messed up my my notes here. NXT Tag Team Championship match: The Authors of Pain versus Sanity.
Well, this is
Wow.
this is something I can at least mention. Last week's episode, Sanity took AOP to the limit.
To the
We're able to
limit.
separate them, and then
Sanity is to the limit.
and then
Basically,
basically execute them individual. So
Jeez.
they Sanity's looking pretty strong right about now, considering that there are 4 of them. And Eric Young made his return, so I think he could possibly be the one to.
Oh, wait, he was gone?
Technically, he was gone for a while.
Was there a reason?
They said he was constructing a master plan or some.
Oh, that takes a lot of time. That's like where you, like when you're in grade school and you draw like a map of your mansion and you do the cross section. There's like a pit with spiders in it and like poison knives. No? I'm that old? No one has ever done that on a piece of graph paper? Cool. All right, carry on. You guys had smartphones and whatnot.
Yeah.
You guys had...
We
you
just drew
guys
that weird
had-
S thing.
You guys had Nintendo DS Advantage Game Boy.
So the authors of
Is that a
Pain.
reference to the NES Advantage, the controller?
No, Game Boy Advantage.
No.
Game Boy Advance.
There you go.
There it is.
I went there.
Sanity's looking pretty strong.
You don't
Going
say.
handheld.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good, but I think once they get in there, I think the authors are gonna have to retain.
So if the authors retain, then who takes the titles off authors eventually? Street Profits.
I think some aliens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that a new...
So Breezango.
So Breezango.
Breezango,
Oh,
yeah.
that would rule.
If Breezango, they come back from Twin Peaks and land in NXT. That's the other world they're visiting. Man.
That'd be kind of amazing.
I'd be happy to have them back, but SmackDown needs like
Smackdown
that
is-
act.
yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. They could come down and beat Authors of Pain and then say that the title belts clash with their outfits too much to keep.
And then just leave them. They
You're
could-
still champions. We don't care.
You can take them back.
We don't want them. That was a little too Zoolandery. I'm sorry.
Merman.
But why male models?
So, Margaret, your prediction.
My prediction.
Pain.
Did they say which members of Sanity are going to be facing the authors?
See, I would assume it's Wolf and Dane. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
But now that Eric Young's back,
Wolf and
maybe
Dane.
Nikki Cross replacing Killian
dude,
Dane.
if it was Nikki Cross only versus the Authors of Pain, they don't have a chance.
They're in
What if it
big
was
trouble.
Nikki Cross on Eric Young's shoulders in a trench coat?
Ooh.
And Alexander Wolf.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
No, he's the trench coat.
Yeah. If it's all three of them in a
Wait,
trench coat, it's all three of them in a trench coat and Killian Dane.
No, it's like a Voltron situation, but with people,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
where Killian Dane is the base, and Nikki Cross is like, "I'll form the head."
But this is getting really weird.
He's a nice person. I didn't mean that to be insulting.
I didn't take it anyway. It's fine.
Good. But I honestly don't know. It's just gonna be a drag out fight.
It's gonna be just ugly.
It's gonna be
not gonna be
gross, and
pretty.
I'm gonna love it.
If this was like a tornado tag match,
Oh, that
there
would
would
be
just be
awesome.
bodies everywhere. It would just be the gnarliest thing.
Ooh. Joseph Bose is saying, I thought Wolf and Dane. I mean, any combination of Sanity.
See, that's the thing. So, Wolf and Dane have been the tag team for weeks.
Yeah.
Eric Young has been gone. He's back now. So, you would think that he would be back to be part of the team. But I think that he's back to orchestrate the master plan, not necessarily be the soldier in the ring, like firsthand. The general doesn't command from the field. I mean, not from the front lines.
Well, it depends on what kind of a general he is.
Yeah.
Bill,
Well,
have you ever
maybe he's,
military?
All right, everybody. I'm here in the front. Let's blam. General's dead.
Now I'm the general.
who the hell are you?
the general. Listen to my command. Anyway, I had to do
Is that
it.
your new gimmick? I am the general.
Yeah. Nope. I really don't know. It's gonna like. Thanks, Bill. This whole show is just stacked, and I know we're gonna get a good show because it's NXT, because it's Takeover.
We still have 2 more matches.
It's
We still,
only
I know,
5
but
matches.
I'm saying we've spent time so far on 3 matches, and either way, they're all gonna be super interesting.
We're just excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. I think
I'm
Nikki-
almost as excited as that.
It's the 3rd time that we've been to Brooklyn. Ever.
I mean, kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Brooklyn didn't exist before Takeover 1. Brooklyn.
That's right.
that's true.
They made that town.
I thought it was a Jay-Z made the whole borough.
Shia.
No, he made the terrible basketball team.
It's what dreams are made of, guys.
Bad basketball.
The Knicks.
Concrete jingle.
Oh,
Where,
the Nets.
where dreams are made of.
Concrete
Okay.
jingle.
Concrete jaundice.
The
That's the name
NXT
of my finisher.
The Concrete Jaundice.
Okay.
Like when what did we think Killian Dane's finisher was?
The soup plantation.
Yeah,
Oh,
close enough.
ulcer plantation.
The ulcer plantation.
Yeah, the soup plantation.
He hits him with the soup plantation.
Mamma mia.
Whole building.
That one's the minestrone.
That pasta was made to order at the soup plantation.
Postmates that for the win.
Oh my god, why would you Postmate soup plantation? Yeah, I like to Postmate
Dude.
this all-you-can-eat buffet.
Why
Bring
would
me
you
these.
not? You would pay one thing and you would get one of everything. Seems like a good plan to me, Bill.
Okay. Just
He's thinking ahead.
3 cars pull up.
Yeah. A
Full of
delivery.
food.
I got a free delivery. I'm using it on the soup plantation. I want the minestrone. I want the turkey soup, and some of that pizza.
So, Mark, who do you think's going to win the tag team title match?
See, now you're coming back to me. How does it feel, Mr. Brunchaff? Shout out to our iTunes listener, because there's only one.
Hi, Pete.
What's up, Pete? I don't know. I honestly don't know for Authors of Pain and Sanity, and I'd be happy either way.
I think Sanity wins. All right, let's go on to the...
Moving on, Women's Championship, Asuka versus Ember Moon. We've been talking about this for months.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's going to be Ember Moon's time.
Yeah, it's looking that way. I'm just looking at the situation up in the women's roster on Raw. Now it's going to be Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. So Alexa now has an opponent. So that takes away the possibility that Asuka just shows up and
well, that would be
decides to
crazy.
kick Alexa Bliss in the face.
I mean, she could still decide to do that.
Granted, she
You're not
can,
gonna tell Asuka
but
not to do that.
that's probably going to be a Monday night situation, not a Sunday night situation.
Not a Sunday, but a Monday.
Yeah. So, I kind of agree that Ember's looking stronger, but I still think there is more to Asuka than we can understand. She has yet to actually full-on cheat in a match, and if she does so, she's unbeatable. If she decides to break the rules and be as deadly and dangerous as she has been in the past, Asuka is going to be the winner. And all of the training that Ember Moon has done has not prepared her mentally for Asuka. You can train as much as you can physically, and that'll get you so far. Mental preparation is 90% of it, and in all honesty. That is the reality of it, and I don't want to sell Ember Moon short, but maybe...
She's had 2 takeover. Well, this will be her second takeover.
Right.
But considering she missed the last one, she's had this entire time, and I figure she's just been looking ahead to Asuka and getting back in the ring with her, especially after Orlando.
Yeah.
So Asuka's been focused on keeping the championship, where Ember against a variety of people, whereas Ember has been only thinking about Asuka.
But again, there's what Asuka has done, and then there's what Asuka is capable of doing. Those are 2 different things, as I see it. So who knows?
We've seen how far she can go against Nikki Cross, so there's only
Right.
But this is a standard one-on-one match.
Right. But if she decides to use the barricade or any manner of
Does anybody
ringside
think that we
evidence.
could see, because Ember brought up tonight the dubious ways that Asuka has managed to hang on to the championship? Do you think that we'll have Regal restart the match?
Pocket glitter.
Pocket sand. But essentially,
Well,
I think that's a possibility.
It's tempting, but it adds a whole level of contention to the match for Asuka
it
and
calls
Ember.
into question the legitimacy of that title win, either way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Asuka, grabs the tights, wins by disqualification, then it could be no, stop. You're not going to do this again. No disqualification. Restart the match.
That would be pretty boss. But again, that's what we don't know about Asuka. How far is she willing to go?
I think Ember Moon wins, but I want Asuka to retain vacate the title because she has nothing more to prove and put it up for grabs at the Mae Young finals.
And she ascends
Yeah.
in her purity.
I have to
Oh.
go. My home planet needs me. But then she doesn't die on the way back to her home planet.
No,
Yeah.
no.
She instead shows up on her home planet, which is Raw, and just kicks everyone's faces off.
It's only a half Poochie.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing the half Poochie, not the
Just
whole
half
Poochie.
pooching it.
Yeah.
So the last match we're going to talk about is the NXT Championship match between Bobby Roode and Drew McIntyre, which is another.
Friggin' huge.
He is a large man. When he came into the studio to record an episode of Xbox One
And a
360, which you can
duck, I'm
download
sure.
now, he is a big.
He a big.
He a big.
Were you looking him in the eye or?
Relatively.
Mark's a little taller than him.
Yeah.
Really?
No. No, I'm not taller than him. He's taller than me. He's like 6'5". I'm only like 6'3.5". Dude, it's important.
Everything matters.
It does. That's it.
That's just. And that's just in the pants.
So what do we think about this match?
What? Oh, what do we think about this match? Sorry, I thought you said what did we think about this match and that we were recapping still. I'm sorry, we're doing great. We're doing great on time, guys.
The future.
I think Drew McIntyre is gonna. I think that this match is gonna be awesome. I think Drew McIntyre is going to win, be the man to defeat Bobby Roode and unseat him from being the face of NXT. Drew McIntyre is going to be the new face of NXT. He is going to be a man of the people. He is going to represent the NXT universe and defend against all comers.
Do you think this is just going to make Roderick Strong completely lose his mind?
I hope so.
Because he seemed really driven tonight, almost crossing the line at certain points. Like this,
TNA.
you can't.
I was gonna say that's a
just-
different company. We don't talk
Yeah.
about them here.
Yeah, you can't just try and break a man's spine. Like I think if Drew McIntyre does win the title, Roderick Strong is going to become the villain that we know he's capable of.
Well, that's not necessarily true because Roderick Strong has had horrible problems with Bobby Roode. Things that Bobby Roode used underhanded tactics to be the only reason that he is held onto that title. Bobby Roode is the man who cost him the match or ruined his match against Drew McIntyre. I think that Roderick Strong, for a little while anyway, would say, "Oh, thank God, now here's an upstanding individual that I can try and take the title from."
I see it the other way. I see Roderick Strong coming in and going, he won the title that I should have won. I could have beaten Bobby Roode if I had that opportunity. So
But
he
that
can go
doesn't
beat-
that imply that he doesn't think that he can beat Drew McIntyre?
Not to me.
Okay.
I think it implies that he feels he should be champion. And that, well, truly...
Hey, that's my title to have lost to you.
Well, also think about it. If Drew wins, then Bobby is entitled to his rematch, and Roderick has an opportunity to championship. We could see a triple threat match either on an NXT TV or the next takeover, which could be before Survivor
Right.
Series weekend, but probably will be Survivor Series weekend
be
if they decide to pull like a Chicago.
Right. Yeah, there's potential for a 3 if somebody oversteps their bounds in some way, then it's very close to being a triple threat. Even tonight, it was the setup for a triple threat, but a contract had already been signed,
Exactly.
which offset the possibility. So it's really close. All 3 of these guys just hate each other a lot.
Well, I would say Bobby a little, or the two hating Bobby a little bit more than they hate each other. Because it was a pretty stand-up contest tonight between the two of them. There was no underhanded tactics. It was just a good match.
Yeah, I don't know. Dropping a guy on the apron is a pretty... It's not cheating, but it's definitely like a devil-may-care kind of move.
Okay,
Like, I
I can
don't
see
care
that.
about your well-being right now. I'm here to win, period. Which that's not exactly gentlemanly. It's not cheating. It's just right on that line of how far are you willing to go. If you're willing to drop a guy on the apron, are you willing to smash him with a set of steel stairs?
A couple people in chat talking about how they think that there's still time to make it a triple threat match for TakeOver. The contract's signed.
They're not wrong.
No, there's time, but
There's
I
time, but
don't-
that's a big event. That's 3 days away. That
they
Why
would
would
have.
change the
We would have had. I mean, NXT ended 5 minutes early. We could have used that 5 minutes for Regal to come out and say,
Exactly.
"All right, we're making this a triple threat
That's
match,"
sort of what I was expecting.
making it
Never
official, but we
happened.
didn't get it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let these two fight first.
gentlemen, Yamanga.
Yamanga.
You manga. You manga it, you bought it.
All right. Well, so that's Takeover. We're still working on when we're going to be covering Takeover for the network.
Getting
Bill's
crazy.
going to be there firsthand, talking about experiencing the show, and then he'll come
Talking
back.
about it.
You're going to talk about it during
Hey!
it.
No, that guy's down. No, he's hitting him with his.
I really like that suplex you did.
He hit
He's
him with
gonna-
his butt.
Record yourself the entire time.
Oh God, that'd be
And then every once in a while, you just hear like a
everyone's already sick enough of me.
no.
Well,
Bill.
we're not. The people who matter.
The people.
Ooh, the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at in New York all weekend. So if you see me, say hello.
And is there anything? Is Uproxx going to be doing anything, or just you're just going to be around? Okay.
No, we're gonna be doing stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. Grand.
We're
Fantastic.
We're gonna be doing press stuff. We'll be at Takeover. We'll be at SummerSlam. We'll be recording podcasts because our podcast launches tomorrow.
And we'll talk about more of that in a second. Last couple of things.
Are you gonna launch it at North Korea?
Pew pew.
Hey!
So fast. Pew, pew.
Wanted to mention today we started getting word of the roster that's going to be for WWE
Oh yeah.
2K18.
Oh, there was also big NXT news, but okay.
in so far in terms of so far for NXT they've announced all of Sanity, including Sawyer Fulton and Killian Dane, which is interesting. And
make out.
maybe and Nikki Cross, Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, and then also Hideo Itami were so far the only NXT folk that have been announced.
Akira Tozawa.
Akira Tozawa was
NXT
also
once,
announced
yeah.
new Cruiserweight champion.
Cool.
Yeah, they said, all right, let's talk about the international flair, and then they did Kalisto, Tozawa,
Bray Wyatt.
no, Bray Wyatt,
I'm from the stars, man.
why can't Sin Cara, and then Hideo Itami, and I was like, oh, so Japan and Mexico is international, and they did Jinder Mahal.
It is
and then they did-
international.
No, I know it is, but like we're going all around the world to these two places,
And I can't find my baby.
and I can't find Umanga anywhere. And then what was the other big NXT news that you wanted to bring up?
There was a signing reported that has become official.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you don't say.
that thing.
It was a huge surprise to everyone. No one could have foreseen this coming.
Di-
Certainly no one that's going to show up in the crowd at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
It was
3.
Dijak,
Nope.
wasn't it?
No,
No?
the other one. Pull the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
Leo Rush.
It was B-Boy! It wasn't B-Boy. We love B-Boy here, but it wasn't
Well, no,
him.
because then you could do it was Adam Cole, a B-boy.
Oh, yeah.
You can do
that's
that.
good.
You can do that.
No, I liked it. That's a good joke. I liked it.
I'm still gonna draw on your arm.
Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty. I mean,
Hashtag tickle the hobo.
he'll tickle me, hobo.
That's how we started the show.
And that's how we'll finish it. I guess we're not going to talk about NXT LA, but
It
boy,
was great.
that was a great
Go see
show.
it.
We got to talk
see
to.
it.
We go see it.
I'll be your time machine.
We got to talk to a lot of folks. We got to talk to Sonya Deville. Almost interviewed her, but then we got so close.
Just you whiff.
Boy, we're really looking forward to Takeover Brooklyn.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some great stuff that happens on there. If NXT LA was any sort of a preview of the performance level of these people, it will be an 11. There, I brought my bad words back because I can't speak. Last thing, we already mentioned it during the show, but make sure to go and check out Xbox 12360 this week and last week. Last week we had Drew McIntyre in studio. He was just a lovely chap. It was wonderful to talk to him, check out, I mean, he's made some headlines with some of the stuff that he's been saying, but listen to it yourself. Also, Aleister Black just dropped this week. Make sure to listen to that interview. It was a lot of fun. It was great talking to him. He's very soft-spoken, so you'll have to turn up your speakers just a little bit, or your headphones just a little bit.
Soft-spoken, but an amazing interview.
Exactly, exactly. So thank you so much.
See, he speaks softly and carries a big kick.
And with that, we'll just go then.
Yeah, bye.
Hey, before you go,
sorry.
let people know what you're working on, even though you're kind of already did.
Uproxx.com with spandex.com, uproxx.com/pro wrestling. We're going to be launching our podcast tomorrow. The very cool first guest, Glacier.
That's a good pun you did there.
It's very cool because he's an Iceman. All right. And also, you can find me on all social media at Sundown Motel. Jerky.
Yes to both.
Yeah.
See, all of the above.
I'll
Hey,
have one of each.
you one, please. One stuffed with the other. Hobo, how about you? What sort of jerkies do you enjoy?
I like all
Fill
of
in
the
the
jerkies.
cavity with jerky? Now
Well,
we're talking.
well, yeah, but it would
all my
it would,
cavity.
it would soak up the juices. It would no longer be jerky.
Yeah, because when you cut into the bird, then after hours, a steak falls out.
Well,
A bunch of steaks.
Wouldn't it just be meatloaf at that point? It would be because it hydrates but sticks together and thus creates
I would
a
do
loaf of meat.
anything for turkey, but I won't
It's
do
a,
that.
it's a jerk loaf.
But I won't do that. Hobo!
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
After Hobo on the Twitter and the Instagram. This Sunday, I am wrestling at the Grove of Anaheim, the Hot Sauce Expo, 3rd annual.
Who are you fighting?
I am wrestling a guy called Playboy.
Oh man, you gotta like Muda missed someone with hot
Oh
sauce.
my
right?
God!
That is pretty
And then,
tempting.
and then they can be like, I need milk. I need milk.
That's just the base for
Yeah.
how you mace somebody.
Well, no, then it's just somebody spit milk on my face.
I can spit milk on
There
it.
you
Your
go.
manager can spit milk. Yeah, there you go.
That is.
That's how you do it. That's how you do
It's
it.
going to have to be a great think tank. I'm gonna do all these.
definitely-
Trace Hardy boys have done it again.
Yeah, boy.
You can find me on Twitter at Mark Donica. Make sure to follow Xpac12360 at The Real Xpac on Twitter. So you're basically following Xpac. Don't spit. I know just what you're thinking. Yeah, doing a lot of stuff with the wrestling shows. Make sure to watch Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesday, us on Wednesday, Xpac12360 on Wednesday. Also,
Lucha Underground.
Lucha Underground on Thursdays, Ringside Pop on Sundays with Dale Rutledge. This past week, we talked about comedy in wrestling with some wonderful folks from the Comedy Central series. You're killing me! It was a great time. It was a great experience. Make sure to check it out. And this Sunday on Ringside Pop, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Dale's going to be in New York for SummerSlam and TakeOver as well. So we've got a new drive-through crew with Nigel McGuinness, which was a lot of fun. And some great interviews
I'll
with
have the onion rings. Onion ring of honor.
and there's gonna be an interview that I know as NXT fans y'all aren't gonna want to miss. So make sure to check out Ringside Pop. Follow the show on Twitter at Ringside Pop. And I do a lot of other shows here. Follow me at Mark Donica for more of that. So thank you from all of us here at AfterBuzz TV. Follow us at AfterBuzz TV. Leave us a comment in iTunes and YouTube. We'll see you at TakeOver. But first, we're gonna take a nap.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz. Oh wait, no, we got canceled again.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.